just wanted to say that our thoughts, our whole program, are with the fan that, we're not sure what happened, but whatever episode that it was, just want her and her family to know that we're thinking about her.
Questions, please. Shaka, what you make of their perimeter defense, not only in the second half, but especially down the stretch?
I thought their guards, really were the biggest difference in the game. I thought, obviously, Azubuike did a lot of good things, but Jericho Sims, scored 20 points. Those guys, to some extent canceled each other out, but their guards outplayed our guards tonight, or today. And the defensive end, for them, you could see their aggressiveness really ramped up. That being said, I think some of the plays that we made, are on us, in terms of 3 straight turnovers, during that stretch early in the second half. There was several pick and roll opportunities that we could have attacked better. Thought when we did, we got good shots. And then at the end of clocks, we didn't make aggressive enough plays, and we didn't finish them off.
You mentioned the guard play, and Dotson and Garrett scored, I think, their final 12 points. Was that
Yep.
kind of just the difference is when it was time to go make a play, those guys made more when it mattered?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was 54, with a little over 5 minutes left. And those guys really, put their team on their back, and you could see all half long that they were going to drive us. We told Matt coming out of halftime, hey, with you having 2 fouls, they're coming at you on the first play. You got to move your feet. But I think the combination of those guys getting deep in the paint, and then also they got some timely offensive rebounds and put them back. That was really a big difference down the stretch of the game.
With Azubuike shooting 3 for 9 from the free throw line, did you entertain the idea of intentionally fouling down the line? And what goes into that decision like that?
We were going to foul him on Andrew was at the foul line. We were down 5, and if he made both of those free throws, we were going to foul him. The thing with it is you can't foul him off the ball intentionally, so it requires him to have the ball in his hands or bump him. But yeah, it's definitely something that we talked about.
You got some good minutes from Gerald and Kai in this game, especially Gerald had a really nice little stretch there, just kind of creating and making plays for other guys and attacking transition. Is this team to take a step forward? Do those guys need to be more consistent for you? Are they sort of that X factor, I guess?
No, we need those guys to contribute to our team. And those guys add an element of length and athleticism. We need those guys to Kai, I think, is making a lot of progress. We need him to keep getting better, and then we got to find a way to get Gerald back to the aggressiveness that he has shown in the past and the confidence with which he's played. I thought he gave us good minutes today. Kansas's lineups are very, very different when they play the big lineup versus the smaller group. So Gerald kind of gives you a guy that's in between. So I thought he came in and gave us a big lift.
What you make of your first half defense? You forced 5 turnovers in a little bit more than 4 minutes, and they held them scoreless for like 6 minutes.
Yeah, that's that formula for winning is playing that way for 40 minutes. I thought we had the aggressiveness advantage for a long stretch there in the first half, and that's what allowed us to create a lot of stops. I think they went 5 or 6 minutes without scoring. We built a lead, but if you hold the team for that long without scoring, you want to build it even more. You want to extend it more. And I thought for it to be 6 at halftime, obviously that's that's a good half. But the way that we defended, if that lead is 10 or 12, that's a big difference.
Did they do anything different with their ball screen coverage in the second half? Seems like the ball stuck a little bit more around the perimeter.
They did. Yeah, they adjusted. They switched more. But to be honest with you, I mean, there was quite a few opportunities on the pick and roll. I think when we go back and watch the tape, we're going to, there were some shots that guys passed up. I thought Kamaka passed a couple up that we need him to take. some other guys. But at the end of the day, it's, we need our guards to attack on the pick and roll and make the play. And if they switch, they switched the two big fellows a couple times out on us, and we didn't capitalize enough on that. And that was, that's a decision on their part to put that type of size on our guards. Now our guards got to go make a play and go finish.
How important is leadership when in a situation like this with turnaround?
It's huge. Yeah. Leadership's huge. I mean, it's huge for tonight or today's game in terms of, our whole mentality going into the game, that we try to get our guys to understand is this is a game you got to seize, you got to grab. And, obviously in a few different ways we came up short in doing that. But now it's a very, very quick turnaround. We have to have the maturity to learn from, some of the things today that we didn't do well enough. And it's got to happen fast because we're back on the practice court in less than 24 hours. Then we get on the plane, and that's a long trip to West Virginia. But that's how it works in this league. You play on Saturdays and Mondays sometimes, and it's about as a program us owning the good and bad things that occurred today that we can do better, and then putting our best foot forward on Monday against West Virginia.
You talked about how Jericho hasn't gotten to the point where he realizes how great he can be.
Yeah.
Against a team like Kansas, to have a game like he did today, how far can a game like this take him in that regard?
I think you could see his confidence building in some ways as the game went on. Early in the game we went to him, and he was a little bit tentative, but he was able to make some plays. Was able to score some off a pick and roll, and his confidence really grew. I mean, you can kind of see it on his face. But I'm telling you, I mean, there's still more in him, and we're going to fight like crazy to get that out of him. He's never been the most communicative guy, but we need him to, as one of our older guys, express himself, demand the ball. This was, I believe, a career high for him in field goal attempts. That's been a point of emphasis the last few games, but I thought he carried it over better today. But he certainly has another jump that he can take.
Shaka, does it bother you more when the guards are letting guys like Garnett just drive right by him? And plays like that plays where Kansas guys basically just put their head down and go with their own?
Yeah, I mean, Garrett and Dotson, they went and won Kansas the game with the way that they attacked. And, it's when you're playing in the Big 12, you're going to play against guards like that. I thought, there were some plays in the second half that didn't go our way on the offensive end, but you have to find a way to be just as tough and mean and aggressive and get your hands on the basketball as we were in the first half. And we didn't do that. And it was, and every time out, we're talking about it and we're imploring it. But it's just something that our guards have to get better at, because that's how you win in the Big 12 is as a backcourt going and grabbing the game.
Last one, Shaka, when winning teams close out games, is it mostly confidence, belief? What is it more than anything about closing out?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. I think number one, it's being your best in that last 5-6 minutes of the game when the score is tied at 54, and nothing else really mattering. We weren't able to do that today. I really thought our last two games, our guys, they drove who we wanted to be, and that was a really, really positive step that we wanted to build on today. We had that same identity in the first half, but we did not have it in the second half. And to your point, that's when it matters most, particularly when you're playing against a team that's ranked number 6 in the country. So I think that's a big part of it. And then what goes hand in hand with that is, winning teams go make plays. The best teams go make plays at the end of the game. And Kansas, whether it was an offensive rebound, put back, or whether it was driving us and getting in the paint, they made more plays than us down the stretch. That's a tough pill to swallow for our guys and our coaching staff, but it's something that we've got to take and, again, be mature enough to learn from and say, hey, that's who we need to be. And there's another game in a short span of time for us to go do that. And nobody's going to feel sorry for you because you came up short today. You got to go on the road and be the best version of you.